Hi, Michael Bettine here for another episode of It's Cuppa Time. And today I want to talk about wheels. Wheels, you say? Yes, I want to talk about an easy do-it-yourself way of putting wheels on your Gibraltar stands. If you know me from a lot of my past videos, I'm sort of a do-it-yourself guy. I've made my mallet trays, I've made percussion tables, other sort of things. Plus, I've put together all these different types and sizes of Gibraltar racks for different needs. It's a very do-it-yourself attitude. Now, from other videos, I've talked about how my studio here is rather small. It's not gigantic, and I have different gong racks over here and over here, and to move them around to shoot videos or to practice is kind of a difficult thing. You try to grab a rack and you try to wrestle it, and it's a real pain. Often I would have to take the gongs off, move the rack, put everything back on. So I got the idea, I'd like to have wheels so I can roll everything around. As you may know, Gibraltar makes some really great wheels for their racks. The problem is, though, they're not cheap. They're about $29 each. Then if you add tax and shipping, because you probably have to order them from somewhere, they're going to cost you well over $30 a wheel. Now here in my studio, I have 4 stands that I wanted to put on wheels. And that comes out to 4 wheels per stand. So that's 16 wheels. Well, 16 times 30-ish is what? Probably about $480 or something like that. $500, shipping and tax and all. So let's say there's $500. Well, to tell you the truth, I don't want to spend $500 on wheels. Not really. So I thought about this for a long time. I made some sort of prototypes, went through some ideas that didn't work, and I finally came up with an idea that works great. Now this idea is mainly for here in my studio, just to facilitate moving different racks around for videos and for practice. But I have used 2 of the racks live, tested them out, and they work out fine. So like I've got this rack with my 36-inch wind gong. I also have a couple of bell plates on it. Let's move it around here. There we go. If I need to work with the gong and I want it here, or I want to shoot a video with it, it used to be I'd have to take the gong off, move the stand, put the gong back on. Not the best idea. So I put wheels on it. And these wheels didn't cost me hardly anything to build. It was crazy. So I'm going to show you how I built them and how you can build different types of wheels for your setup. First, I'll just show you some of the parts. You have to get some planking. This is what I have left after making 4 sets of wheels. And I'm going to cut 2 more sections out of this to make 2 more sets of wheels for another stand. But you get some planking, and then you need some sort of casters. I went with smaller ones because, again, this was just for mainly here in the studio to move things around. So I got 2-inch casters. It's kind of a hard rubber wheel caster. 2 of them have brakes, 2 of them don't. The Peisty gong stands use 2-inch wheels, very similar to this. The Gibraltar wheels are, I believe, 3 inches in diameter, and they're more of a polyurethane or some sort of rubber like that. Now, if I was going to build wheels for the rig that I use for gigs, or any other stands that I would use for gigs, I would probably put the 3-inch wheels on because they roll a little better, and I think they're just nicer overall. But again, just for here, just for rolling back and forth, I got racks over there and a couple of racks over there, so I can move them in and out. These wheels are fine. And like I said, I tried them out on a couple gigs, and they were great. But I would use the bigger wheels. I just went to the local hardware store. We have a chain here called Menards in Wisconsin, and it's just a Home Depot type place. You could go to any big hardware store that has casters and find casters. I got these on a closeout. It was crazy. I got 3 packs of these, of 4 casters for $1.99 a pack. They were on a closeout. So I couldn't resist. I figured even if they didn't work, I could throw these wheels on something else and get different wheels for the gong stands. But they worked fine. Then I got some planking to attach the wheels to. And I got some U-clamps to attach the whole wheel setup onto the foot of one of my gong stands. So I'll show you how that is. Here's a foot from one of my stands. I mean, it's pretty basic. I've got the plank, which I painted black. I put a caster on each end. And you can see here, I've got the U-clamps. I had to drill 4 holes in each plank. Put the U-clamps through. I didn't paint the bottoms, but then I tightened them down with a bolt and a lock washer. It's great. It works fine. I've got the locking one here. I've got a plain one here. It works fine. I really didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to modify the leg at all. I just took it off the stand, measured out how long I needed for the planking, cut it with a saw, painted it, drilled 4 holes in it for the U-clamps, and there we go. And tightened everything down. It works out perfectly. Simple to do. And the cost for this, again, I got the wheels on sale. So it's like $2. I think the U-clamps are about $1 a piece. So there's $4. So there's $6. The wood was the most expensive thing. That was probably, I don't know, it's probably $15 or $20 for a plank that I got 3. I was able to cut 3 of these out of. So I spent like $30 on wood, $6 here, and then, so that's like $36. And then what did I need? 12 clamps, so there's like another 12, $36.48. I had to buy a pack of screws to put the wheels in, so a couple bucks for that. So basically $50 for less than the price of 2 Gibraltar wheels. I have made 6 sets of wheels for 3 stands. Whereas I would have just had 2 wheels, 1 leg, for a little over the same price. So if you're in any way handy, do-it-yourself type person, you can have it done. Or if not, I'm sure you could find a friend who's handy and could make these for you. It's simple. I did this in an afternoon. Once I made the first one and figured out everything, the next 3 just went super fast. And I've got another set to build. So there you go. My tip for the week, do-it-yourself wheels for your Gibraltar stand. They're great. So I hope that helps. If you build something, send a picture. Put it on my Facebook or something. And I'd love to see how your wheels work out. All right? Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.